All right. Hi, Camilla. Hi, Paul.
Hi
So
again.
we've been having these discussions and my mind is like blown. Okay. So we've been talking about egocentric versus ecocentric. We've been talking about global citizen that mindset. What does it mean? What does it look like? So what does it mean and what does it look like? How do we apply everything we've been talking about into practical terms? Like, I'm curious about something as simple as buying our milk, for example. How do I, go out and buy milk or other grocery items? Let's just stick with milk, assuming we all drink milk, of course. Um, let's just think for a minute as a global citizen or as somebody who is trying to adopt a more ecocentric frame of mind or way of thinking. How would how would my way of buying milk change? And what does it look like now? So, what do you guys think? How do you buy your milk?
Yeah, I actually think that's very important and really visualizes the differences or the different realities we have as global citizens. Because, I mean, the three of us are sitting here, but I think everybody that shows up will have a different reality around something like milk.
Right.
Yeah. And what I like about the question is that it makes it nice and specific and real. You know, we can talk about big abstract concepts, but I'm sure a lot of people go, yes, that's great, but what does it mean? So I think just talking about something as simple as milk makes it real for us. And if I can start and talk about milk, I think the first thing to say is I don't drink milk anymore for exactly these reasons. I don't want to contribute to industrial dairy production. I mean, that sounds very grand, but it's not. It's just like, that's all we can do as individuals, isn't it? Is just elect not to. But the kind of milk I do drink, and again, there's question marks over these alternative milks, isn't there? I drink oat milk, but oat milk and dairy milk in Greece, where I live, is in those Tetra packs. I don't know, you know, this big square packs. And again, here's my eco ignorance. I think they're not recyclable. I mean, as if anyone's going to recycle in Greece anyway, but I don't think
Oh, no.
they're recyclable. And
Sorry, you just broke up a little bit there at the end.
Last piece. Can you repeat that last piece, Paul?
pearls of wisdom coming back.
Yes, we need those pearls of wisdom.
Yeah. So in Greece, we use the Tetra Pak that for any of for dairy products and for milk alternatives. And I think, and tell me if you know better, that you can't even recycle those because they're not, you know, they've got a coating of plastic or something.
Well,
so
I have to actually say that they are recyclable.
Are they?
They are. I mean, I don't know the
Right.
system in Greece for recycling things, but yes, they are recyclable.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So perhaps looking into, and I think that's one of the great things is like figuring out how does it work in different places. And obviously that's where systemic things are so important, right? Because Greece, of course, then has to have a system of recycling stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the difference, right? Where we, in our role, if we go back to from a previous discussion, our role, what we choose to buy, but we also have to make sure that the systemic surrounding is there. So we have to make sure that our governments provide us with an infrastructure to take care of something. But going back to milk, I'm Swedish originally. Our children were born in Sweden, but and in Sweden you drink a lot of milk. Over the years now they drink a lot of oat milk and stuff like that. Oatly, I think is Swedish. But then we moving to the UK, changed our milk habit very much. And then to the US as well. We've sort of been reducing how much milk we buy as a family, which has been quite interesting just in the Western countries already. But what I really think as well, as you mentioned, Paul, is how is milk packaged, and how is it taken care of? Very important things to consider.
Canada, milk comes in bags, guys.
Unbelievable.
Like, it's so weird for people to see because you have these like 1 liter bags and then you have like a jug for these bags. So so when I moved to Saudi Arabia, my kids were really little, they were babies. And of course, you know, I have to have milk around because that's what I was told. Good moms have milk, right, at
Sure.
home. So yes, milk comes in different forms here. It comes in the Tetra Packs and it comes in the jugs that are, you know, pre-filled. But then I found a place that sells direct from the farms. You bring in glass bottles, or they'll give you glass bottles, and they fill it with fresh milk that they pasteurize, of course, but I mean it's fresh milk. So it tastes better, but it's a hassle because even though they say they pasteurize it, when I bring it home, I still have to boil it and make sure it's, you know, so it's a lot of work. So sometimes, honestly, again, convenience is a killer.
Mm.
Especially, you know, it's an environmental killer because what's the first thing we do when we want convenience? We buy anything that's disposable or anything we don't have to worry about cleaning or dealing with. So yeah, so that's how we buy our milk. It's definitely something to think about, isn't it? I wonder what others will have to say about this. I wonder if other people are having similar challenges, or maybe somebody actually found a way around this. I'd love to know. So let's talk. When's our discussion, our next discussion? We said April 26th, I think.
April 26th, yeah.
All right, so maybe we can continue the conversation then. If you guys are interested, please join us. I'd love to hear your ideas on where do you buy your milk. It's actually very, very important to all of us. All right, see you guys then.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye.